Hello my dear students, welcome to my physics class. Our today's topics are vector and scalar quantities, difference between vector and scalar quantity, properties of vectors, representation of vectors, and different types of vectors. Physical quantity. Something that can be measured is called physical quantity. Example: length, mass, time, area, volume, etc. That is, we can measure length, therefore length is a physical quantity. We can measure mass, time, area, therefore these are physical quantity. That is, something that can be measured is called physical quantity. On the basis of dependency, the physical quantity can be classified into two types: fundamental quantity and derived quantity. Fundamental quantity: the quantity which is independent, that is, does not depend on other quantity, is called fundamental quantity. There are 7 fundamental quantities. These are length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. That is, these 7 fundamental quantities do not depend on any other quantity. That is, length does not depend on any other quantity, mass does not depend on any other quantity, time does not depend on any other quantity. That is, this type of quantity does not depend on any other quantities, but derived quantity depend on this type of quantity. The quantity which depends on fundamental quantity, that is derived from fundamental quantity, is called derived quantity. Example: area, volume, force, weight, torque, velocity, etc. Area depends on length. We know area is equal to length into breadth. Breadth is all one kind of length, therefore area depends on length. Volume, we know volume is equal to length into breadth into height, that is, volume depends on length. Force, we know force is equal to mass into acceleration, that is, it depends on fundamental quantity. Similarly, weight, torque, velocity, these are derived quantity. On the basis of properties or characteristics, the physical quantities are classified into two types: one, scalar quantity, and vector quantity. The quantity which has only magnitude and no direction is called scalar quantity or scalar. Example: mass, density, speed, work, etc. That is, there is no direction of mass, there is no direction of density, there is no direction of speed, and there is no direction of work. This quantity has only magnitude. This quantity have no any direction. Therefore, these quantities are scalar quantity. That is, the quantity which has only magnitude, there is no direction, is called scalar quantity. Vector quantity: the quantity which has both magnitude and direction is called vector quantity or vector. Example: velocity, force, electric field, magnetic field, etc. That is, this type of quantity has both magnitude and direction. If we want to express this type of quantity completely, we have to mention its magnitude and direction. These type of quantities are vector quantity. Now, difference between scalar quantity and vector quantity. scalar quantity, vector quantity. Physical quantities having magnitude only but no direction, that is, this type of quantity has magnitude only but there is no direction. Physical quantities having magnitude and direction, that is, vector quantity has both magnitude and direction, but scalar quantity has only magnitude. These quantities are completely described by a number and by a suitable unit. Example, 5 kg rice. 5 is a number and kg is the unit of mass. Therefore, scalar quantity can be expressed or described by a number and by a suitable unit. Vector quantity. These quantities are completely described by a number, by a suitable unit and by certain direction. Example, 5 Newton force towards north direction. Here 5 is a number, Newton is the unit of force. Therefore, by a number, by a suitable unit and towards north direction, a certain direction. Therefore, this type of quantities can be completely described by numbers, by a suitable unit and by certain direction. These quantities are added, subtracted, multiplied and divided by simple arithmetic rules. That is, scalar quantity can be added, subtracted, multiplied and divided by simple arithmetic rules. But vector quantities, that is, these quantities cannot be added, subtracted, multiplied and divided by simple arithmetic rules. Using simple arithmetic rules, we can subtract, add or multiply or divide scalar quantity, but in case of vector quantity, it cannot be done by simple arithmetic rules only. Properties of vectors. Vector quantities require both magnitude and direction for their full description. Already we know it. Apply 10 Newton force. If I say apply 10 Newton force, then a question will be arise, in which direction? In which direction I will apply force? North, south, east, west or any other direction? So it is incomplete. Apply 10 Newton force is incomplete. It cannot describe force fully. If I say apply 10 Newton force in north direction, then it is complete. That is 10 Newton force in north direction. Here 10 number, Newton unit of force and north direction, that is a certain direction. Therefore, vector quantities require both magnitude and direction for their full description. Properties of vectors. A vector quantity changes if its magnitude or direction or both changes. We know it. If a quantity, that is, if the magnitude of a quantity is changed, then the quantity will be changed. In case of vector, if the magnitude of the vector is changed, then the vector will be changed. And if the direction of the vector is changed, then the vector will be changed also. And if both magnitude and direction are changed, then the vector will be changed. Here, an object is moving in a circular direction with uniform speed. That is, the magnitude of the velocity is constant here. The object is moving in this circular path with velocity v. That is, magnitude of v is always constant. That is, there is no change in magnitude. But here the velocity is changing, because in every moment the direction, at this point the direction of the velocity is in this direction, but here the direction of the velocity is in this direction, here in this direction, and here in this direction. That is, every moment the direction of the velocity is changed, as there is no change in magnitude of the velocity, but there is change in direction. Therefore the velocity of the body will be changed. So if the magnitude is changed, the vector quantity will be changed, or if the direction is changed, the vector quantity will be changed. And if both magnitude and direction are changed, then the vector quantity will be changed. The addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. of vector quantities cannot be done by simple algebraic laws. These are done by the laws of vector algebra. That is, the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of vector quantities cannot be done by simple algebraic laws. This can be done by the vector algebra. We know 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. In simple algebra, we know 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. But vector 4 plus vector 3 is equal to what? Is it 7? Maybe or not. It may be any value between 1 to 7 depending on the angle between them. That is, depending on the angle between 4 and 3 vectors, their resultant may be 1 to 7, any value. The product of two vector quantities may be 0, though none of them is 0. We know if A not is equal to 0 and B not is equal to 0, then A into B not is equal to 0. We know it in algebra. If A not is equal to 0 and B not is equal to 0, then A into B not is equal to 0. That is, A into B is equal to 0 is impossible. But in case of vectors, if the magnitude of vector A not is equal to 0 and magnitude of vector B not is equal to 0, but A dot B is equal to 0 is possible. In case of scalar, A into B not is equal to 0, that is, A into B is equal to 0 is impossible. But in case of vector, A dot B is equal to 0 is possible. The product of two vectors may be a scalar quantity or vector quantity depending on the nature of their product. We can multiply two vector quantities by two methods. Depending on the nature of the product, the product of two vectors may be a scalar quantity or vector quantity. Here A dot B is equal to a scalar quantity. That is, in this, if we multiply these two vectors in this way, then we will get a scalar quantity. That is, A dot B is a scalar quantity. But another method of vector multiplication, A cross B, in this case A cross B is a vector quantity. That is, A dot B is a scalar quantity, but A cross B is a vector quantity. Here A is a vector, B is a vector, but their product is a scalar quantity. Here A is a vector and B is another vector. Here product is a vector quantity. So these are the properties of vector quantities. Vector quantities require both magnitude and direction for their full description. A vector quantity changes if its magnitude or direction or both changes. The addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. of vector quantities cannot be done by simple algebraic laws. These are done by the laws of vector algebra. The product of two vector quantities may be 0, though none of them is 0. The product of two vectors may be a scalar quantity or vector quantity depending on the nature of their product. Now, representation of vector. A vector can be expressed by an arrow sign. The length of the arrow expresses the magnitude of a vector and the direction of the arrow expresses the direction of the vector. Here, this is the arrow. The length of this arrow will express the magnitude of the vector and direction of this arrow is the direction of the vector. OP vector is represented by an arrow sign over OP and its magnitude is represented by this symbol. A vector can be expressed by letter by the following ways. Here, vector quantity by arrow sign above the letter, a vector quantity is expressed and its magnitude can be expressed by this symbol or simply by letter. A vector quantity can be expressed by a bar sign above the letter and its magnitude can be expressed by this symbol. A vector quantity can be expressed by bar sign below the letter and its magnitude can be expressed by this symbol or simple letter A. And a vector quantity can be expressed by the letter in bold form and its magnitude can be expressed by normal form. That is, in the bold form it will express the vector quantity and in normal form it will express the magnitude. So we can express the vector quantities by these methods, but generally we use for vector quantity this symbol and for magnitude only letter. Different types of vector. Unit vector. A unit vector is that whose magnitude is unity, that is 1. If the magnitude of a vector is 1, then the vector is unit vector. A unit vector is obtained by dividing the vector by its magnitude. It is normally denoted by a hat sign on the small letter. If A is a vector, then its unit vector is A is equal to A vector divided by magnitude of A vector. That is, unit vector is obtained by dividing the vector by its magnitude. Here A vector is divided by its magnitude and small letter A is the unit vector. Here a hat sign is used on the small letter and its direction is along the direction of A. Here small a is the unit vector of capital A vector, so the direction of this unit vector is along the direction of A vector. Free vector. The vector whose initial point is not fixed is called free vector. That is, we can arbitrarily choose any point as initial point. So this type of vector is known as free vector. A force of magnitude 10 Newton towards east, that is, the magnitude of the force is 10 Newton and direction of this force is towards east. We can draw by this is the 10 Newton force towards east, and also we can draw this vector by this arrow sign. Here the initial point is here and here the initial point is here, that is, we can choose the initial point of the vector. This type of vectors are known as free vector. Localized vector. The vector whose initial point is fixed is called localized vector. That is, we cannot choose the initial point arbitrarily. Here the initial point is fixed, that is position vector. Here OP is the position vector of P point. Here the position vector is determined from the origin of the coordinate system. Therefore its initial position is fixed. Therefore it is a localized vector. Position vector. A vector that represents the position of a point with reference to a fixed point is called position vector. Here in two-dimensional system, x and y axis, and the position of P is denoted by OP. Here OP is the position vector, that is, the position of P point can be obtained by OP vector in this two-dimensional system. In three-dimensional system, the position of the P point is expressed by OP vector. Here OP is the position vector in three-dimensional system. It is also known as radius vector, that is, position vector is also known as radius vector. Displacement vector. The change in position vector of a body is called displacement vector. Here Ri is the initial position vector and Rf is the final position vector. That is, this is the initial position vector and this is the final position vector. Therefore change in position vector is this one, that is, del R is the displacement vector. Here del R is the displacement vector and del R is equal to, we can write del R is equal to Rf vector minus Ri vector. Null vector. A vector whose magnitude is 0 and has no fixed direction, it may have any direction, is said to be a null vector. A null vector can be obtained by adding two or more vectors. This is a vector and this is minus a vector, that is opposite vector of a vector. A plus minus a is a null vector, that is, if we add a vector with its opposite vector, then we will get null vector. A minus a is a null vector, that is, if we subtract a vector from its vector, then a null vector can be obtained. It has no definite direction, it is denoted by this symbol. Like or parallel vectors. If two vectors of same kind have the same direction but different magnitude are called parallel or like vectors. Here A vector and B vector are same kind of vector and these two vectors are parallel and magnitude of these two vectors not same. A and B are like vectors. Unlike vectors, two vectors of same kind having opposite direction and unequal magnitude are called unlike vectors. Here A vector and this is B vector. These two vectors are oppositely directed and the magnitude of these two vectors are not same. A and B are unlike vectors. Equal vectors. Two vectors of same kind having same magnitude and direction are called equal vectors. This is A vector and this is B vector. Here these two vectors have the same direction and same magnitude, therefore these two vectors are equal vectors. Opposite or negative vectors. Two vectors of same kind having same magnitude but opposite directions are called opposite or negative vectors. This is A vector and this is B vector. Here A and B are oppositely directed and their magnitude are same. Therefore A and B are opposite vectors or negative vectors. Collinear vectors. If two or more vectors act along a straight line or parallel to each other, they are called collinear vectors. A vector, B vector and C vector. These vectors are parallel to each other. A, B and C are collinear vectors. Coplanar vectors. If two or more vectors lie in a plane, they are called coplanar vectors. Here A vector, B vector and C vector. These three vectors lie on the same plane, therefore these three vectors are known as coplanar vectors. Proper vector. The vector whose magnitude is not 0 is called proper vector. A is a proper vector if the magnitude of A is not is equal to 0. Then the vector A is proper vector. Reciprocal vector. If the magnitude of any of two parallel vectors is reciprocal of the other, they are called reciprocal vectors. If A is equal to 10i and B is equal to 1 divided by 10i, then A and B are reciprocal vectors. Here the magnitude of B is the reciprocal of the A vector and magnitude of A vector is the reciprocal of B vector. Therefore A and B are reciprocal vectors.